Here we go. Still trying to get used to these buttons. Oh, hope everybody's okay today. Feeling a little tired today, but we'll see how it goes. So just so you wait for a few people to come in. I see a few on top up here, and so we had a pretty tough reading today, so trying to recover from that. Move. Okay, so we'll see here. I don't think I have anything to announce. Right. So let's start off with Deborah Machon. Okay, so sorry, my shirt's kind of full of cat hair, so it might make me a little itchy. So the first thing I'm kind of seeing from him, he says that this summer there's going to be a little up and down this summer, especially when it comes to family members. So I don't know why I'm seeing like people on a deck or people on a cottage, and I see almost like one on one side of the fence, one on the other side of the fence, and they're like yelling across. It's not necessarily where it's going to happen, but he's just giving me that kind of an image where it's just something that he said that's kind of stupid, but happens with a lot of people. But he also shows me that there's going to be a lot of happiness in the family as well. Certainly somebody who's going to get, and of course it's not just underneath you, but it's like I'm feeling somebody's I feel somebody graduating from high school or university, for like this is their last year. I'm also he's showing me possibility of somebody getting engaged. I'm not quite sure what that is. Well, the guy's on his knees, so it must be engagement. So there's a few little things coming up this year that he says that they're going to make you happy. Just make sure you don't fall off the deck while carrying something. I don't know if you've done that before, or just saying that, if you're carrying something and you can't see where your feet are, make sure that you get help from somebody. But otherwise, he's saying, what, like I said before, it's going to be a nice and comfortable summer other than these issues. A little bit of expenses coming up. He says nothing major that you can't handle. Other than that, he says, no, they'll always be there. You'll always be keepers. Giving a love and energy. So anyway, so that's all he has for you. Oh, yeah. As for Deborah Marchand, perhaps sometime I'll learn how to write. Oh, from Norway. Thanks for stepping in. Mm-hmm. All right, see what I can get for you. So that's Mona Johansson. Mm-hmm. So kind of the first thing I'm getting is it's like grandmother, elderly lady, anyways. Just kind of like she said, looking after you and the stuff that's happening around you. It's just you still gotta pay a bit of attention to all the thoughts that you have, because yet you have a very high spiritual ability. Um, so she's saying that again, she's holding a baby for you, so I'm not sure if that's coming or lost. But I get the feeling it's coming. As well as, if you're in a relationship, it's going to move to the next level or not. Anyway, so, she wants to sit down in like at a coffee table or whatever and discuss things with you. And she says, sometimes we let our emotions get ahead of us. And she says, you're one of those people. So she says, you're not quite an old soul yet, but you hit that point where you're still letting your emotions make decisions for you. And that's where you get hurt. But she says you have a long life ahead of you. So time to learn, time to move back on those emotions and learn how to bake. Anyway, so I don't know if you're ready out of kidding, because she sees you walking around with like a 2-year-old kid. Anyway, she just wants you to know that you have a lot of family that's following you right now. Says all the conflicts that you're feeling right now. Says you have a lot of support for them. Just rely on them and know that mistakes can happen and family can solve things if decided. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. I hope that helps you or makes sense in some way. So that's from Mona Johansson, and thank you for coming on the site. I keep losing my remote. Okay, so let's go with Dawn Broker. She says you always look so cute, when you're cuddled up and you had blankets around you, and especially when you were young. She says you always look so cute, and she says, sometimes you still are, sometimes you're not. But she also says that I'm getting interrupted by somebody else on the other side. I'm sorry. Go back to the cards here. don't try not to use the cards, but when I get interrupted like that, I need the cards. Anyway. So she's saying, expect some travel time for you. So somebody may want you to travel, or you may decide to travel, have the funds for it. And certainly negativity is going to be moving away from you over the next little while. She does point, though, that she's showing me 3 kids. I guess there's supposed to be 3 kids you're supposed to have. So I don't know how many you have. She does show me as one that either has not come or is not coming. Perhaps you finished having kids, but anyway, there's one that hasn't come, and there's 2 either that there or they're coming. If that makes any kind of sense to you. Oh, anyway, she says blankets are always very nice to have, especially if they're made by hand. So don't lose the ones that are made by hand. They'll always be cherished by people in the future. And don't eat too many cookies. Anyway, that's all I have. It's just a little off and on. I apologize. Sometimes when I get other speakers talking in the background, I can't focus on one. Okay. Let's go down here. Okay, Lisa Sharf. Okay, so it just stopped beeping me. For some reason, my phone keeps telling me that I need to stand. I don't want to stand. Good old Apple things, right? From your father. The first thing he's kind of feeling from him is that kind of regret for leaving so soon. Because he really wished he would, have seen you grow, into your 60s and whatnot, and, have great grandkids and whatnot. But, he says that life is life, and, he just wants on the other side that he's pain-free. It's having so much fun over there, and be with family members and people he's never seen in so long ago, but now he can concentrate on giving back to you what he wasn't able to give you in real life, which is time and being around you. So it says whether you like, and he says, I'm going to be around you all the time because of the stuff he didn't give you before. So I hope he's not too annoying during this time. And he says, if you really ever want to talk to him, he's in the water, or he's near water. So if you're ever near water, then pull up a chair, put your feet in the water, and sit there, and you can have a conversation with him. Yeah, so he says now he doesn't have his body, and everything that was bothering him is now painless. So, he does show himself hovering over 2 kids, or 2 relatively young kids, and letting them know and everybody else know that they're being very careful by other spirits. There's 6 other spirits that are in your house as well. Um, and I'm kind of seeing in your aura a very shift in your aura, because I'm seeing some red on one side, but it's kind of shifting to the other side. Then I'm seeing a top part like a aura read, like a yellow, which usually means wisdom or stepping back and trying to solve issues, but it's unsettled aura. So, he's just kind of pointing at that and saying, um, next summer, he says it's going to be a bit up and down, but at the end of August, he says the negativity will be gone. So whatever's coming up, he's saying that you'll be able to deal with it. Other than that, he says, have some ham on him. I don't know. Anyway. So that's all I have for you. Take care, and thanks for coming. Goodbye, good girl. Yeah. So, I just kind of see a lady behind you that's smiling. It's got a very, very big smile. Very bright eyes. Usually means, they were old souls and a lot of wisdom in them. So, being able to talk and help people. First thing she's saying is that says, don't worry about your health. She says your health's going to be good for a while now. So if you're worried about something, she says, it's all going to be good. She also says that she likes to sit on your bed while you try to go to sleep, and that way she can annoy you by making the bed move. And just, she says, a lot of the things I like to do is just annoying to you. But she says that's what family does, is annoy each other. In the end, though, she says she passed over without pain, and she heard you say goodbye. Most of them say that. But she wants you to know that you were the love of her life. She says there was a lot of connections between the two of you, and certainly, her a lot of her thoughts and lives were about you. So I'll just let you know she's always there with you. She's going to be sitting there with you wherever you are and talking to you. So it's kind of like, the old, perhaps when she was alive, when you would suddenly think of her, then the phone would ring and it would be her. She still does the same thing. So suddenly thinking of her for no apparent reason, or thinking of something she said or something she did. So she just wants to know she's still there talking to you. She says you need to air out your toes. They're saying all kinds of weird things at the end. I have no idea why it's doing this tonight, but she says when you move on, she'll be there to see you and help you move forward. And making sure that making sure that you understand that there's a purpose in life, and that your life is your path, and don't let other people take away that path. So do the things you need to do regardless what other people are trying to tell you. She said she'll see you next time at the coffee table. Anyway, that's all I have for you. I don't know if that made sense to you, but that's what I'm hearing. Okay, so thank you for coming. Okay. Hey, Mike. Yeah, so sorry to hear that, Brianna. I don't hear them that fast. I'm sorry. It usually takes a day or two to say things or to hear things, and I don't know why. Maybe it's just them. But I find most psychics are the same thing. I don't know why. So I apologize, but I can't connect to her. But my condolences. Yeah, Tina. From your dad. Okay. So the message I'm getting from him is that he says, mentally he's very happy. Because he said he went through certain things mentally and whatnot, and towards his death and whatnot. And he just wants to let me know that he's very balanced now. He smiles a lot. So now he takes his time to be with you and sit there and watch what you're doing. He's certainly loving family members and talking to animals, and says he has a couple of cats with him. But he also says that this is more of him coming back and giving what he didn't give you before. I don't know why I keep saying it. Basement door, perhaps, that keeps opening. But he says he likes to play jokes on you. Most men spirits will drop dimes in the house to let you know they're there, or near your car or whatnot. It's pretty common. But he's saying that it says love and laughter is around you, and he says we'll move forward, and you're going to be happy with that. And he says, loss of him is something that says everybody goes through, and he says, grieve with positivity. And he says, when you grieve with positivity, then your grieving won't last as long. In fact, the grieving will become a part of your life. A positive grieving will be part of your life that will help you move forward. So move in a positive way, and you'll see what he means. Anyway, that's all I have for you. So that was for Tina, and I cannot spell your last name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, goodbye, good girl. You're very welcome. Mm-hmm. Just scrolling down because there's a lot of people on here. Tanya Titus. So I got your mother, I got your grandmother, and then I got somebody about your age, or maybe a sibling or somebody that is hanging around. Anyway, so they're just kind of looking at you and saying, can't you just pick one? Just like make a decision. And they're laughing, of course. So your mother says that since you're born for her, she'll talk first. She's more important than the other ones, so ignore them. And the other ones are saying, wait, we want to talk to her too. But these are all short reads, so there's not much I can do if I'll just go through your mother. So the first thing your mother says is that she's very excited. It says there's all kinds of new stuff headed around you, and she says it's like she's just excited it's almost like, the kind of excitement you get when there's a new child coming, but I don't know if the new child is just, it's like happiness for you. And it's going through a phase in your life now where you're going to be able to let go of your worries and go forward in your own things and be very happy. And I guess the happiness perhaps is being able to do things you've always wanted to do. And she also says, don't worry about the animals. She'll take care of them. So the girl that's with her is a sibling or a miscarriage that your mother had. That's a sibling, which is why I can't identify her. Just to let you know that it's with your mother. She's also mentioning something about making sure people in your family are okay when it comes to health, especially when it comes to salt. Seems to be a lot of salt in the family, especially older people. So anyway, so keep an eye on the people around you. And yours, of course, but just keep an eye on other people. And she also says use your own spiritual ability to help people. your kids and whatnot. You do it automatically, but actually think about it and it'll actually get stronger. So she says, my love to you. We'll always be there for you, except for when you watch stupid shows. Anyway, so that's all I have for you from them. I don't have time to get with the other ones, so anyway, so that's your message to you. So if any of you guys are interested in having that bigger reads or whatnot, just send us a message, or you can email us or Facebook, or you can also I think my email address is on YouTube, but I'm also on TikTok. Yes. Anyway, like I said, because I can't do a full read on here, or do a full mediumship read on here. If you're interested in getting more info from the spirits, then let us know. Okay. Somebody here. Okay, so Anita Gordon. Why that screen is so bright. My wife must have come down here and turned up the brightness of my computer. Not only is she getting deaf, she's also getting blind, for God's sakes. Anyway, small weed for my mom. So I have your mom and your grandmother here. Grandmothers are like always the matriarchs to me, anyways. So kind of first thing I'm getting from her, and she's pointing out I don't know if you've been married recently or you're still married, but she's showing herself beside you in a white wedding dress. If you're not married, that might be what's coming. And just kind of saying that she's still watching over you when it comes to that kind of stuff. She also says this summer there'll be a family celebration. Make sure that you attend it. So there's a lot of good stuff headed with this, a reunion of some kind. And it's very important. She feels free to be there. And she also says over the summer, she sees you holding a child, but it's not your child. So somebody's probably going to get pregnant and have a child, and you become an aunt or whatnot. But she's also saying there's a lot of movement for you spirituality. You're going to be waking up, and you're going to be able to do new stuff, and you're going to be able to, if you want, heal people, get the feeling you need to heal people, and all these new thoughts will be coming through you simply because you're a very strong spiritual person, just like she was. And spirituality is not inherited. It's just what you did in past lives. So she says, expect some good things over the summer and into the fall. Make sure you're prepared for the winter. And have a few cookies on her, but don't eat too many. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. I hope that helped in some way. Okay, everybody, that's all I have for you tonight. Rough day today, so I'm glad all you could come out today, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming. Take care, everyone. Mm-hmm.